and you will be working on an activity. So before I talk about an activity, I would like to recall how to find the gradient of a straight line. So you can see here there are 2 points given. So A is -4 comma -1 and B is 10 comma 6. So there are 2 ways to find the slope. It's just a recap, you already know it. And to find the slope, you can use the diagram to do it. So if I will choose this triangle, you can see the points are appeared. So it's a right angle triangle, and the 7 is called rise and 14 is the run. So if run is in the positive direction, here you can see this is positive plus 14, and then the rise is also positive. So the gradient of this line is going to be positive, and the gradient is rise over run. So 7 over 14 is equal to half will be gradient. Gradient uh, is the another name for slope. So slope or gradient is same thing. And if I choose the gradient, then this is the algebraical way of finding the gradient. So y2 minus y1, the order matters a lot. If you are starting with y2, then in the denominator it has to be x2. And be careful with negative numbers. As you can see that you have to use the brackets here. And so the answer in this case is also equal to half. So this is the algebraical way of finding the gradient. And you can also plot the points and then find it geometrically or graphically, but it's better to know algebraically also. So if you need to do more practice on finding the gradient of a line, please do more practice, and I can have the different point here. So 9 over 20, and then you can see here the gradient becomes 9 over 20. And if I change the position of A and B, if I can change, because okay, so if I do like this, then you can also see the gradient is going to be -5 over 8. And if I show you the triangle here, you can see this is the run is in the negative direction, which is -8 divided by 5. So this way you can find the gradient. So please feel free to do more practice if you need to do more practice with gradient of a line. Okay, and then what you are doing is we are going to investigate the gradient. How do we find the gradient of a curve? So there's a huge difference between finding a gradient of a line and then how do we find the gradient of a curve. So I want to show quickly the activity which you are going to do, and the all the information about this activity is in the Google Classroom. There is a link, and you will click on the link, and then you will start working on this activity. And what you have to do is you do the activity. You don't have to submit anything related to the activity. What you need to do is you need to upload the summary of your findings. That is what I want you to upload in ManagePack. Sorry, not ManagePack, in the Google Classroom. And now I'm going to just very quickly, I'm going to show you a few things, because there are notation which we are using in this activity, and I just want to talk about those notations, and I hope that after that it will be straightforward to do this activity. Okay, so so first thing is, okay, looking at this thing, there's nothing to explain, and you can respond whatever you want to respond on looking at the picture. So that's not what will be a difficult thing. Now, this is the notation which I was talking about. I'm not sure whether you know this notation. This is called f of x, and this is same as y coordinate. So whenever you see 2 comma f of 2, so I want to show you here. So if I tap on these, the points will appear. So 2 comma f of 2 means f of 2 is, in this case, is -2. So f of 2 means when x is 2, what is the value of y? So whenever the given relation is a function, we replace y by f of x. Okay, so similarly for 4, you can see f of 4 is 4. So, and then this is called the chord, and you have to find the gradient of the chord, which we already reviewed. So you should know how to do it. You can draw a triangle, right angle triangle, to find it, or you can use the formula to do it. So this is straightforward. So I just wanted to talk about this notation, f of 2 or f of 3 or f of x, which is same as y coordinate. And then the gradient is same as slope. And I hope you will be able to finish this activity. And very quickly, I'm going to show you on Google Classroom. So if I go to Google Classroom here, Okay, so yeah, so this is the link where you will access this activity. And what I'm asking, as I already said, is to upload the handwritten summary of your findings. This is one thing which you need to do. And there's another thing which I would like you to submit is in Manage Bag. And I'm asking you to do self-assessment of the learning disposition and approaches to learning for Unit 4. And the approaches to learning which we did in unit 4 is these self-management. So that you need to upload in manage bag. That's it for today's lesson.